Hey there, fellow curious minds. Have you ever paused, looked up at the night sky, or simply stared into the quiet corners of your own thoughts, and asked questions that just hang there? Questions without easy answers, without a definitive chapter in any textbook? Today on BrightBoundX, we're not chasing facts to memorize or equations to solve. Instead, we're diving headfirst into the exhilarating, sometimes unsettling, realm of the profoundly unknown. This is where the real adventure begins, at the very edge of human understanding, where every inquiry opens a door to new wonder. When I was a kid, my brain was a buzzing hive of these unanswerable questions. I'd wonder, what's it actually like to be a dog? Do fish feel pain, or even insects? Was the cosmic symphony of the Big Bang just a colossal accident, a random burst of creation? And if there's a God, why do we so readily assume it's a he and not a she? More somberly, why do so many innocent beings, both human and animal, suffer such unspeakable tragedies? The tapestry of existence. Is my life pre-written or free-form? This cascade of fundamental queries naturally led me inward. Is there a hidden blueprint, a grand plan, already laid out for my life? Or is the future an empty scroll, waiting for my actions to fill its pages? And if it's already written, then what about free will? Do I truly have agency? Or am I just a character in a cosmic play? At my core, who am I, really? Am I simply an elaborate biological machine? A collection of cells and electrical impulses? If so, then why do I experience consciousness? What is this inexplicable inner world? This vivid sense of being me? And will the robots of tomorrow, with their increasingly complex algorithms, one day awaken to consciousness as well? I always held on to the comforting belief that eventually, someone, somewhere, would just tell me the answers to all these monumental questions. Surely, the answers exist, right? Someone, somewhere, must possess this ultimate wisdom. Well, here's the electrifying truth. A truth that's both humbling and incredibly liberating. No one knows. In fact, most of these questions baffle me even more today than they did when I was a child. But that's precisely why they're so captivating. To wrestle with these unknowns isn't frustrating. It's an intellectual adrenaline rush. It propels you to the very frontiers of human thought, where the next great discovery might be lurking just beyond the horizon. So, get ready to have your mind stretched. Today, on BrightBoundX, we're going to dive deep into two colossal questions that, as of this moment, utterly defy definitive answers. Question 1. How many universes are out there? Visually, imagine a breathtaking montage, a vast starfield slowly swirling into a galaxy, then zooming out from our solar system to reveal the Milky Way as a faint, shimmering band of light across the night sky. Sometimes, when I'm strapped into an airplane seat on a long-haul flight, I find myself gazing out the window, mesmerized by the sprawling tapestry of mountains, oceans, and deserts below. I try to mentally grasp the sheer, awe-inspiring scale of our own planet, Earth. And then, a truly humbling thought strikes me. There's an object we see virtually every single day, a celestial behemoth that could literally swallow 1 million Earths inside its fiery embrace. Of course, I'm talking about our sun. It seems impossibly immense, a fiery titan dominating our local corner of the cosmos. But here's where the scale gets truly mind-bending. In the grand, unfathomable cosmic scheme, our sun is nothing more than a microscopic pinprick. It's just one single star among an estimated 400 billion stars that collectively make up our home galaxy, the Milky Way. On a clear, dark night, far away from the blinding glow of city lights, you can actually witness the Milky Way stretched across the sky like an ethereal band of pale, milky light, a constant, silent reminder of our incredible cosmic address. And then, it escalates. Our most powerful telescopes, those incredible eyes peering into the cosmic abyss, can detect an estimated 100 billion other galaxies sprinkled throughout the observable universe. To truly comprehend this number, let's try a thought experiment. Imagine shrinking every single star in the universe down to the size of a tiny grain of sand. If you were to do that, just the stars within our own Milky Way galaxy would produce enough sand to fill a beach exactly 30 feet by 30 feet, 3 feet deep. Now, if we tried to represent all the stars in the entire observable universe using the same grain of sand analogy, well, our entire planet, with all its vast coastlines and sprawling deserts, wouldn't have nearly enough space. This theoretical beach of stars would quite literally stretch for hundreds of millions of miles into space. By the beard of Stephen Hawking, that's an absolutely unfathomable quantity of stars. Yet, even with these staggering numbers, giants like Stephen Hawking and countless other brilliant physicists are now proposing a reality that is unimaginably profoundly, even wildly bigger still. Think about this. Those 100 billion galaxies currently within the reach of our telescopes? They're almost certainly a minuscule, microscopic fraction of the total number of galaxies out there. The very fabric of space itself is not static. It's expanding. And not just expanding, but accelerating its expansion. This means that the vast majority of galaxies are rushing away from us so incredibly fast that the light they emit may never actually reach us. It's as if they're perpetually falling over the cosmic horizon. And yet, our physical reality here on Earth, down to the very atoms that form your hand, is intimately connected to those distant, invisible galaxies. We consider them part of our universe, a single, colossal edifice obeying the same fundamental physical laws and constructed from the same elemental building blocks: atoms, electrons, protons, quarks, neutrinos, the very same particles that make up you, me, and everything we can perceive. Beyond our universe, the mind-bending multiverse hypothesis, however, here's where the real intellectual fireworks begin. Recent groundbreaking theories in physics, most notably string theory, are now suggesting something truly radical, something that pushes the boundaries of our imagination to their absolute limit. They propose that there could be countless other universes beyond our own, existing right alongside ours in a vast, unseen tapestry of reality. And here's the kicker: these hypothetical universes might be built on entirely different types of particles, with different fundamental properties, and obeying different, even alien, laws of physics. Now, it's important to understand that most of these theoretical universes likely couldn't support life as we know it. They might wink into and out of existence in a nanosecond, or be nothing but chaotic soups of energy. But nonetheless, when combined, they form what physicists call a vast multiverse, an incomprehensibly immense collection of possible universes, potentially existing in up to 11 dimensions, featuring wonders that defy our wildest science fiction dreams. The leading version of string theory, a highly mathematical framework aiming to unify all fundamental forces, makes a jaw-dropping prediction: a multiverse composed of an astonishing 10,500 universes. Let that number sink in. That's a 1 followed by 500 zeros. It's a number so gargantuan, so mind-bogglingly immense, that it makes the number of stars in our observable universe look like a handful of glitter. To truly try and grasp its scale, if every single atom in our observable universe had its own universe, and then all the atoms in those universes each had their own universe, and you repeated that process for 2 more cycles, you'd still be dealing with only a tiny, tiny fraction of the total predicted by string theory. We're talking something like 1 trillionth of a trillionth of a trillionth of a trillionth of the entire 10,500. You might add a little self-deprecating laugh here like, yeah, brain just broke too. The quantum realm and infinite possibilities bust, even that number, 10500, colossal as it is, pales in comparison to another theoretical possibility, infinity. Some physicists speculate that the space-time continuum itself might be literally infinite, containing an endless number of what they call pocket universes, each with its own unique set of properties and physical laws. How's your brain handling this so far? Mine's definitely feeling the stretch. And just when you thought it couldn't get any wilder, quantum theory enters the chat, adding a whole new, bewildering wrinkle. Quantum theory, the bedrock of modern physics that describes the behavior of matter and energy at the most fundamental level, has been proven true beyond all reasonable doubt through countless experiments. Yet, interpreting its implications remains incredibly baffling to even the smartest minds. Some physicists believe you can only truly make sense of it if you imagine that immense numbers of parallel universes are being spawned every single moment. This many worlds interpretation suggests that every time a quantum possibility collapses into a definite outcome, a new universe branches off to accommodate every other possible outcome. Many of these universes, they argue, would actually be incredibly similar to the world we inhabit, even containing multiple copies of you. Imagine, in one such parallel universe, you might have graduated with top honors, person of your dreams, and be living a life of perfect bliss. In another, married the absolute. Let's just say things didn't quite pan out that way. A slight comedic pause here could work. Of course, there are still many respected scientists who would dismiss this idea as hogwash, asserting that the only meaningful answer to the question of how many universes there are is a simple, singular one, just a single universe. And on the flip side, a few philosophers and mystics might even argue that our entire universe, the one we perceive, is nothing more than an elaborate illusion. So, as you can plainly see, when it comes to the question of how many universes are there is absolutely no consensus right now, not even close. All we can definitively say is that the answer lies somewhere between 0 and infinity. But I guess we can say one more thing with certainty. This is an incredibly exciting, almost unprecedented time to be studying physics. We just might be on the cusp of witnessing the single biggest paradigm shift in knowledge that humanity has ever experienced. The very nature of reality itself is up for grabs. Question 2. Why can't we see evidence of alien life? Transition to visuals of exoplanet, speculative alien cities, then a shot of a lonely Earth. Now, let's pivot to our second monumental question. Somewhere out there, amidst that incomprehensibly vast expanse of stars and galaxies, it seems almost statistically inevitable that there must be countless other planets teeming with life. If life could emerge here on Earth, why not elsewhere? The universe is simply too enormous for us to be alone. But if that's true, if life is abundant, then why don't we see any evidence of it? This is the famous, perplexing inquiry first posed by physicist Enrico Fermi in 1950, now known as the Fermi paradox. Where is everybody? Of course, there are always the conspiracy theorists who claim that UFOs are constantly visiting us, and that all the reports are just being covered up by shadowy government agencies. But honestly, while those stories make for entertaining fiction, the evidence they present simply isn't very convincing or consistent. The astounding numbers, a cosmic riddle, but dismissing the conspiracy theories still leaves us with the profound, undeniable riddle. Consider this, in just the past year alone, space observatories like the Kepler Space Telescope have identified hundreds, even thousands, of planets orbiting stars relatively close to us. And when you extrapolate that data, the numbers become truly staggering. It looks like there could be 500 billion planets in our own Milky Way galaxy alone. Now, let's be extremely conservative. Let's assume that only 1 in every 10,000 of these planets has conditions that might be suitable for some form of life. A liquid water ocean, a stable atmosphere, the right temperature range. Even with that incredibly conservative estimate, that still leaves us with a mind-boggling 50 million possible life-harboring planets right here in our home galaxy. So, here's the core of the paradox. Our Earth didn't even form until about 9 billion years after the Big Bang. That means countless other planets throughout our galaxy should have formed much, much earlier. And if they formed earlier, they would have given life a chance to get a head start, not just millions, but potentially billions of years earlier than life emerged on Earth. If just a tiny fraction of those ancient planets spawned intelligent life and developed advanced technologies, those civilizations would have had literally millions of years, if not longer, to grow exponentially in complexity and power. Think about our own technological trajectory here on Earth. In just the last 100 years, we've gone from horse-drawn carriages to landing rovers on Mars and developing artificial intelligence. The rate of technological acceleration has been absolutely dramatic. Imagine what an intelligent alien civilization could achieve in millions of years. They could have easily spread out across the entire galaxy, perhaps colonizing countless star systems, constructing immense Dyson spheres around their stars to harness energy, or even creating giant, galaxy-spanning superstructures that would be unmistakable signs of their presence. Possible solutions to the Fermi paradox. So, why the silence? Where is everyone? Scientists have proposed numerous potential solutions to the Fermi paradox, and they're all pretty thought-provoking. 1. The Great Filter. This theory suggests that somewhere along the path from simple life to a galaxy-spanning civilization, there's a great filter, an incredibly difficult or impossible barrier that almost all life forms fail to overcome. This filter could be in our past, for example, the improbable emergence of complex multicellular life, or intelligent life itself, or, more chillingly, in our future, for example, self-destruction through nuclear war, climate catastrophe, or runaway AI, or perhaps a natural cosmic event like a gamma-ray burst that sterilizes entire regions of a galaxy. If the filter is in our future, then the silence we observe is actually terrifying, suggesting that advanced civilizations simply don't last very long. 2. They're out there, but we can't see them or they don't want to be seen. Distance and time. The galaxy is unfathomably vast, and light travels at a finite speed. Perhaps alien civilizations are simply too far away, or their signals haven't reached us yet, or they existed and died out long before we evolved to listen. Different communication methods. Maybe advanced aliens don't use radio waves or light to communicate. Perhaps they use methods we don't yet understand or aren't equipped to detect. Quantum entanglement communication, subspace signals, or even exotic forms of gravity manipulation. Other, hidden. The zoo hypothesis. This intriguing idea suggests that advanced alien civilizations are aware of us, but they've collectively decided not to interfere with our development, treating Earth like a protected national park or a zoo enclosure. They're observing us, but remaining undetected until we reach a certain level of technological or societal maturity. Other 2 alien. Perhaps alien intelligence is so fundamentally different from our own, their biology, psychology, or even their very perception of reality is so foreign, that we simply wouldn't recognize their signs as intelligence, even if they were right in front of us. 3. The rarity of life, the rare Earth hypothesis. This theory suggests that Earth, and the conditions necessary for complex, intelligent life to evolve, are incredibly, perhaps even uniquely, rare in the universe. It's not just about having liquid water, it requires a precise combination of factors: the right type of star, orbiting at the perfect distance, a large moon to stabilize axial tilt, plate tectonics for nutrient cycling, a strong magnetic field for protection from radiation, and a very specific planetary neighborhood free from too many giant impacts. If complex life is that rare, then we might truly be alone, or one of only a handful of intelligent species. 4. They've moved on, transcended. Perhaps truly advanced civilizations don't stay in messy, physical bodies on planets. They might achieve some form of technological singularity, upload their consciousnesses to vast, efficient computer networks, or even transcend into higher dimensions, making them literally invisible and undetectable to our current methods. They've simply moved beyond the need for physical structures that we can observe. The search continues. Are we listening hard enough? So, as you can see, the Fermi paradox isn't just a fun thought experiment, it's one of the deepest, most unsettling questions in science. It challenges our assumptions about life, intelligence, and our place in the cosmos. Scientists continue to search, using projects like SETI Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence to listen for radio signals, and developing new telescopes to scan exoplanet atmospheres for biosignatures, chemical evidence of life. The answers to both how many universes are there, and why can't we see evidence of alien life, remain profoundly elusive. They force us to confront the vastness of the unknown and the limits of our current understanding. But that's precisely what makes these questions so incredibly exciting. They invite us to speculate, to innovate, and to push the boundaries of science and philosophy. What do you think? Are we alone in our universe, or just alone in our understanding of what life and intelligence can be? Is the multiverse real? And if so, what unbelievable realities exist just beyond our perception? Drop your theories, questions, and wildest speculations in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the unknown, hit that like button, share this video with your fellow cosmic explorers, and be sure to subscribe to BrightBoundX for more journeys into the most captivating mysteries of our existence.